Hey guys, I am back today with UberChic Beauty's Moroccan Beauty. She's got just about every kind of mosaic design on here that you could want. So in terms of how to use this, or my ideas for using this, there are a couple of things that kind of instantly come to my mind. So even just stamping something like this in one color over another color is going to be beautiful because it's a beautiful design. I would also do things like do this over smoosh manis, I think could be really good, or fluid nail art, especially something like this over fluid nail art. You can take things like this and you can lead light over them. When I see stuff like this, I think about going in reverse stamping, like to pull out those stars there. So there's, all kinds of things you can do to kind of highlight which individual parts of these images that you want, if you want something a little bit more complex than just, your one pass mani. Like this, I think, is another thing that would be great over a smoosh mani because it would be just a beautiful stained glass kind of effect. You could also go in and kind of sponge part of your nail and stamp this over that, sponged one color and then have the rest be a different color kind of thing. Anything that I see like with this or like with this, I want to throw in like dots or gemstones or other little smaller mini stamps there. Also, I think with a plate like this where she gives you, she always gives you these cool things in the middle, but especially with like a design like this, I could see stamping this in one color, maybe like if you had like a beige and then a slightly darker beige and then going in and stamping this in gold over it or in a contrasting color, or taking a design kind of like this here and then like stamping this or this over it in a couple of places. So like this one's easy because it would be a solid color and you could just like go pow, 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 pow over those four big areas right there and it would be pretty cool. This one you could go in and do reverse stamp a couple of these and then lay them like on top of this because you've got that kind of same shape there, and put a few of these like in a line across it or in a pattern, there's 3 or 4 of them in the center kind of thing. So I would definitely play around with layering these images here in the center over the tops of these things. Another thing that I would definitely play around with is, like, I noticed that there are a lot of stars on this plate, and the more you look for them, the more you see them. So I think these are the most obvious to see, these stars here. But of course there are little stars in the center there. There are stars in the center of these. When you look up close in here, there's little stars. So I would definitely mix and match and pull out those stars, play around with those stars, like maybe go in, reverse stamp this, just throw a little bit of color right on the back of those so they pop, and then mix and match them with other stars, even play around with that one star there that she gives you. Another theme that there's a lot of here are circles, so play around with that as well. So like this I think matches really well with this, but would allow like one nail for that to be an accent nail to really pop, with this kind of like being a supporting design. And then of course you've got the circle kind of feel here. You've got the medallions here and the medallions in the center. So I'm also saying mix and match. I'm saying layer, mix and match, reverse stamping, lead lighting. And then one last thing I'm going to say, apart from how much I love the mandala medallions, I definitely think you should play with that. One last thing I'm going to say is, for some reason this makes me think of Game of Thrones. And like, how cool would it be to do like dragon colors and then have this be the dragon scales? Yes! That's going to happen for sure. In terms of size, UberChic's full nail images are always 1.7 centimeters by 2.1 centimeters. And there is the shot with the ruler so you can get a sense for how big those other images are. Alright, I am going to start right off the bat with Sally Hansen. This is Insta-Dry Blue Away. I'm feeling patriotic, so let's do something I think a little bit red, white, and bluey. Alright, we're going to start with this image here. There's the image. Alright, man, see why I love this stamper? So much visibility. Alright, there is that image. We're going to stamp this one next with white. Oops, I gooped a little bit on the edge there, but you can see the rest is very, very nice. Alright, there we go. Alright, so there we go. So this is sort of a double layered kind of patchwork effect. It's like 2 layers of fine mesh together. The next look, I'm going to start with Zoya Jack. I'm going to use this image right here. And there is the image. Beautiful. All right, there we go. Now I've taken this image and I have done 3 reversed stamping decals out of them. And so now you guys know my trick for reverse stamping is Orly Bonder. So I'm going to put a coat of that on top of my stamped image here. And then when it dries, we're going to go ahead and transfer them on over. 3 quick little splooshes. I will kind of go like this so you guys can see. And then I want to overlap slightly because I want it to be able to fit here on the edge. Okay, and for now, I'm just going to go ahead and tuck that under. And then if this were my nail, I would go in and just kind of use a little bit of acetone to swipe it off there. And the same thing. And there you have that look. Alright, so for the last look, I started with Zoya Cam. I really like kind of the earth tone colors for the Moroccan looks. So I'm going to stamp this image right here. And there you go. There's that image. Beautiful and crisp. I got it a little bit uncentered. Sorry about that, but I think we'll still be able to get the same sort of look. So there it is with that stamping on top. And then, because I just love this flower shape, I'm going to put one of these little flowers here right in the middle of that for an additional kind of mosaic look. So I'm going to take just a little dot of top coat here, and then I'm going to dot it onto my flower. And then I'm going to pick up one of these, then I'm going to just stick it right on top there. You could even put more in. Let's just do that. Let's just put a few more, just because we've got it out, we're playing with it. Why not have some fun? So that's another thing you can do with the spaces on these. You put in rhinestones, you put in any kind of 3D thing. I like these because they have kind of a tile effect, these like 3D little flowers. And I love the colors, how the colors came out on this. Alright, so let me top coat and I will be back to show you the final looks. I would wear this on 4th of July. I think it's fun and subtle and very kind of lacy and girly. Here is the second look, and I love just those filled in elements. I think if I were going to do this again, I do like it in the middle, but I think it would look even cooler to kind of have it as a French tip around the top. How neat would that be? This one is my favorite. Originally, when I was thinking about it, I was thinking I was going to just have 2 of the flower things when I thought I was going to actually stamp it in the middle. But I really like this actually with multiple of them on there. I think it does look very mosaic-y. Alright, I will link everything I used down below, and thank you for watching. What is wrong with me today? Deep breaths. Focus. Okay, Michelle, calm down. You can talk. You can speak. Where is that image I wanted? How come I can't find the image now? Because the plate's upside down. That's why. And that's what happens when you don't use pure acetone to clean up your plate. Jeez, Lola Falana.